Hello friends, welcome to your own channel, Noiseless Investment. Here we try to decode a company based on the fundamentals and get to know if the company is worth our investment or not. Please note, I am not a SEBI registered advisor and these are my personal views based on the fundamentals of the stock. Please consult your financial advisor and do your due diligence before investing in any of the stocks. So please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon and like this video, because it gives motivations. Okay, now today we are going to do a fundamental analysis on Sharda Motors. So this is the website of Sharda Motors. You can just visit the website and you can get to know more about the company. Okay, now moving on to the fundamental analysis for Sharda Motors. Then we see the current market price of Sharda Motors is 799 and it fell by around 1.05%. If we look into the current market cap of the company, it is 2,377 crores and the stock PE is 11.6. And if we look into the industry PE, it is 28, so it is far cheaper than the industry PE. Now if we look into the ROCE, so extremely high ROCE, which is very good about this stock. So it is consistently maintaining an ROCE more than 25% since last 10 years. If we look into the ROE, then it is consistently maintaining the ROE above 22% every year. And if we look into the debt on the company is absolutely debt free with very minute debt on it. So if you look into the face value, it is 2, and if you look into the dividend yield, it is 1.02, which fits into my criteria of more than 1% dividend yield. If you look into the current ratio, it is 1.87, which is extremely good. Company, they are able to manage their cash and other reserves quite well. If we look into the promoters holding, it is 73.2% and none of the promoter shares are pledged. If we look into the FII's holding, it is 1.1% and they have increased their stake in this company by 0.34%. The DIIs, they are not holding any stake in this company. The EPS is rupees 69.1, which means every year this stock is creating 69.1 rupees for you. If we look into the sales growth, it is 46.3%, which is massive, which is good. And if we look into the profit growth CAGR, it is 58.4%, which is extremely good about this company. And if we look the sales growth that has been increasing, the average sales growth for 5 years is 18.5%, average sales growth for 3 years is 46.3%. So every year the company is maintaining the sales growth CAGR and the profit growth CAGR, and they are in an ogive way, in an ogive graph. If we look into the operating profit margin, then it is 10.4%, which is good. Now if we look into the return on invested capital, it is coming out to be 27.8%, which is extremely good. So the return on your investment is increasing every year by 27.8%. So normally if you do an FD or if you invest in a mutual fund, how much do you get? You get around 7 to 8% in FD, and for mutual fund, if the performance is good, you get around 15 to 20%. So this stock is giving you 27.8%. Apart from that, in the mutual fund, you need to pay the exit load if you are trying to exit the mutual fund price. So, and apart from that, this stock gives you dividend as well. So the dividend payout is 25%, which is extremely good about this. If we look into the return over 1 month, if we look into the Piotrowski score, it is 6, which specifies average financials. If we look into the return over 1 month, it is 2.68%. If we look into the return over 1 week, it is minus 4.81%, and return over 1 day is minus 1.05%. Now let's look into the beta for this stock. We move here and we look into the beta. It is half of what exactly the market has the beta. If market will be moving by 1, this will be moving by around 0.5, and if the market will be falling, then it will fall by 0.5. So now let's look into the stock score. The stock score is 10 out of 10, so this makes the stock a very desirable one. And if you look into the fundamentals, it is 7, relative valuation is 8, risk is 8, and price momentum is 8. So extremely good stock in this comparison. Now let's look into the chart structure for Sharda Motors. Now if we see, so the stock had moved till it's 944, its highs of around 950, and then it fell from this level till 548, and then it's rebounded and it's moving towards the mark of 950, and the thing is like it is consolidating in this range. And now if you see, the stock fell by around more than 1%, 1.09% around. And if you look into this volume was not that high. So what does that mean? That means the retail investors, they are actually selling off their stock, and once they will be selling off their stock, the smart money, they will come into picture and they will pick up the stock from there onwards. And then what they will be doing, they will the retail investors will be looking all aghast why exactly they have sold their stake. So what I suggest is this is a good stock. The only thing is like if you look into the RSI, it is 50, and the MACD line is, the black line is below the red line. So be cautious, because the retail investors, they are selling. Once the selling will stop, then the smart money will come into picture for this. Now let's look into the stock fair values. Then we see for Sharda Motors, so for Sharda Motors, the fair value is coming out to be 1086, and there is a room of 36% growth, and upside potential is there, and the spread can be between 534 and 1520. So you can see this is 1520, which is extremely high spread that is being given. So, and if you look into the pros and cons, these are the pros and cons for this company. So you can look into this thing. You can read about the company from here. That's it for now. Like this video and click on the bell icon to get the useful information on a regular basis. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.